Welcome to my kitchen. It's a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday. And it's a demo night for Rebecca's party. So excited to be coming live from my kitchen, sharing what's cooking for dinner in my house. This is real-time dinner time with my family. And although not everybody's home yet, some of them are eating once they get home from work. But my husband and I are eager to test tonight's recipes. And so yeah, let's get cooking. So I've got a bunch of things on the go. I'm excited to use some of our new summer lineup products and some favorites and lots of different flavors and some great ideas for your summer barbecue, your weeknight meals, whatever you might enjoy it for. So welcome, let's get cooking. I'm going to be using a variety of different cookware also. So I've got my handy gadget here. This is a game changer in your kitchen. If you've not seen these in action, you're in for a treat because you're going to see it one of my favorite ways to speed up dinners. But also, it speeds up dinners. It also speeds up your meal prep. It can be used for so many different things, whether it's vegetables, meats, pasta, rice, you name it. Tonight, we're using it for some baby potatoes in here. So I cut them in half. And what I want to do with them, normally when I put something in the steamer that's a veggie or a meat, I do not add anything. I usually just cook them as is. But these are going to be crisped up in my air fryer. And so I want to make sure that they have a good base of oil on them. And so I'm just adding just a little bit of olive oil just to make sure that they don't stick together as they cook, because potatoes are starchy. And as they cook, they may stick together, and I want to keep them separate. That's it. That's all that's going in. You could season it if you wanted. I'm not going to right now. I'm just going to cook them as is. And pop them in my microwave. Like you can see, I didn't add any water. So I do not need to boil any water for my potatoes, anything like that. And I'm going to put those on, I'm going to say 9 minutes. It's about a couple of pounds, maybe, of baby potatoes. They're just the red potatoes. And yeah, I want them cooked most of the way. Like I would say like 90% of the way that I would be happy with them cooked. It's going to save some time because if I just crisp them up in the air fryer or in the oven, I'm not turning the oven on tonight because it's actually really warm in here. If you can't tell by the color of my face, it's warm in my kitchen. But I don't want to turn my oven on because it's going to heat up my kitchen. But you could do these in the oven just as easily as the air fryer. Now, I also have a couple things going out on the barbecue, and I'm going to get these out to my husband. He's the grill master, takes care of all our grilling at home. I'm just not talented in the grilling department, though I will do it if I'm in a pinch. But what are we doing on the barbecue? Well, I'm not going to touch these because they're raw meat and they're ready to go out. But in here, I've got two different flavors. This one here is a brand new product on it. All I did was shake in our Cajun fries. So that's going on there. These are just chicken thighs, but I did them different because we really like boneless wings. Chicken wings grilled are fabulous, but they're expensive and you don't get a lot of meat. So budget-friendly tip here, grab some chicken thighs, cut them in thirds, like open up the little fold of meat, boneless chicken thighs, cut them in thirds, and then season them as you would wings. Cook them up just like wings. It'll be amazing, I promise. Now, the other one I put on, same deal. I put on an old favorite, barbecue chicken and rib. So I'm sending these out to the barbecue. I'm actually sending them out like in the bowls, but you can see I've got my sheet pan and 2 quarter sheet liners because I've got a picky eater in my house. Anybody who has a picky eater in their house knows the struggle. She's not going to want the Cajun. She doesn't particularly love that flavor. She's going to want the barbecue chicken and rib. And so I want to keep those flavors separate because they're very similar looking flavors. And anyway, so that'll make it come off the grill. She'll know which ones she wants because my husband will make sure that they're separated. So I'm going to hand this off to Alan. They're going out to the grill. And in the meantime, we have a couple other things to cook and prepare. Now, Cajun fries, they're just seasoned on the chicken. Barbecue chicken and rib, just seasoned on the chicken. We're going to make some sauces to put on them just as they're just about done. But while we're waiting on those sauces to be made, I'm going to tilt you down to one of my favorite stovetop cookware. Is the saute pan. Now this is an oven safe as well. And it's already preheated a little bit, so I'm going to add some oil. And you might be wondering, what is Sherry doing in the saute pan? Well, I am going to make something that I've never made before, which I love to do, to show you how simple it is. But before I went live, I actually cooked up or steamed some corn on the cob, and stay tuned because I'll share that reel later. I just did a quick little reel so you guys can see how that works, but just popping in this pan some olive oil and butter, because I want the butter flavor, but I want the saute aspect from the oil. So if you combine them, you get both. And I'm going to crisp up some corn, because on my website, using literally my addiction of the season, cheesy fries, you can make Mexican street corn. However, I saw this recipe from a really talented consultant who created it, and I just had to try it because corn on the cob is not necessarily my favorite way to have corn. I much prefer just scooping it up. And so what she did was she took it off the corn. You could use frozen corn as well. Took it off the cob and toasted it in her saute pan instead of grilling it or roasting it in the oven. So I'm just going to let that corn do its thing. We'll have to stir it a couple times and toast it with the butter and the olive oil. So what are we making with the Mexican street corn? Well, I'm actually going to make it as a salad. So it'll still be somewhat warm when we serve it, which is totally fine. We're big fans of potato salad being warm as well. But you can make a salad out of your Mexican street corn recipe. But because I want to make sure that everything's timed well, I want to get to the sauces that we're going to put on the chicken. So in this prep bowl, I've got a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And what I need, I always forget something, I need some spice spoons. They're across my kitchen, so I'll grab those. And what I need is a tablespoon of the chicken and ribs seasoning. Actually, I think I'll do a little more than a tablespoon. I'll do a tablespoon and a half. And then I need some olive oil, a tablespoon of olive oil, and that is going to be our barbecue chicken and rib sauce. Just going to stir the corn because I can hear it starting to crisp up on the bottom, so you want to keep stirring it. And then I'm just going to get a spoon and stir that up. And that will be our sauce for the wings that are seasoned just in the barbecue chicken and rib sauce. This is my daughter's favorite. She's a picky eater, but this is her go-to. It's sweet. It's got a little bit of a barbecue smoky flavor. It's just delicious. And that will be perfect for her. Now, what am I going to do with the Cajun? Well, the Cajun, I could just leave it as is. It would be delicious. In fact, I've done that with chicken thighs. Absolutely delicious. But we wanted a little bit of a saucy wing tonight. So, I'm going to take another spice spoon. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the Cajun in. It's just about, not quite half a cup of ketchup, but 2/3 of a cup of, or a third of a cup of ketchup. Not 2/3. And then a little bit of brown sugar, because this particular seasoning does not have a lot of sugar in it. So probably a tablespoon there. And then I'm just going to use the saute or the spice spoon to stir this up. Just stir them together. So that makes kind of like our, if you're familiar with our Louisiana wing sauce or our buffalo chicken and rib sauce, makes a very similar mixture there. And I am not adding the vinegar to this particular one because I just think the Cajun is zesty enough and it does not need it when we're just going to brush it on the wings. So, ketchup, Cajun, a little bit of brown sugar, and those, my friends, are going to go out to the barbecue master so that he can put them on the wings or the thighs as they're finished. And, do you want the brush here, dear? Well, you want an epicure one. All right, so stirring up the corn. I can see it's starting to toast. I might actually turn the heat up a little bit, just so it toasts a little bit faster. You'll know it's toasting when it's got little bits of brown on some of the edges. But in the meantime, I have a couple of other things to make. So if you can see on top of my microwave here, on a night like tonight, I like raw veggies. It's kind of a great vegetable side for everybody. What is my go-to for veggies and dip? Most often, it's creamy ranch. But, and I had this thought a couple of weeks ago, and I said tonight I'm doing it. Creamy ranch, but I want it to be a little bit spicy. So kicking jalapeno is going in there as well. And I'm going to rinse off, actually I have a third spice spoon. This is why I always have more than one. No, I'm going to have to rinse it off. It must be dirty. Rinse off my spice spoon. It doesn't need the olive oil in that jar. And we have about 7 seconds left, so I'm going to actually pause and we'll take care of the potatoes because they're going to take a little bit longer in the air fryer once we have them complete. So I'll just move a couple things away. That was just 9 minutes in the steamer. Friends, if you don't have one, you definitely want to consider getting one. It is a game changer. This just had oil in it just for keeping it separated, but look at all that steam came out. That's the water from the potatoes itself. Now I'm going to check on the corn here. It looks like it's starting to toast up nicely. I'm going to give this potatoes a nice stir. There's still enough oil in here that I'm happy with it. And I'm reaching for some cheesy fries. It's going to go as our first layer of seasoning on these. If you haven't tried the cheesy fries, it's like, oh my goodness, cheesy, garlicky goodness, deliciousness, oh my. I can't really describe how good it is, but I trust that you'll take my word for it. If you haven't tried it, you definitely want this. We've gone through a couple of jars already. I'm going to throw a pat of butter in there. This is actually plant-based, but any butter will do. And just give it a stir. Now we could serve this just as it is. Honestly, friends, it would be delicious. But I'm going to crisp them up in the air fryer. So I'm just going to go over here for a moment and pop them in the tray. Grab the tray first. I seem to be missing a tray. Oh, there it is. So I just have, just a air fryer tray here. And I'm just going to pop these onto it. And my dog is joining us. He's feeling a little overheated today too. So, all right, so the potatoes are popped on. I suppose I could have done this right in front of you guys. Just like so, onto the air fryer. You could do this on your quarter sheet pan in the oven. Like I said though, the stove is going to heat us up enough already. I'm going to leave it as it is for heat in my kitchen. And it'll probably take about, I'm going to say probably 7 minutes. But I'm going to do at 400. I'm going to do 8 minutes and call it good. All right, so let's tilt down to the corn so you can see it is toasty. In here, you can see, hopefully you can see some of that corn has toasted up. That's what you want. You don't want all of it toasted, but you definitely want some of it to have that nice little toast look to it. And I'm just going to leave it actually in the pan to cool a little bit while we do some dressings and clear out some of the mess that I made. All right, so back to our veggie dip. We were doing creamy ranch and recipes on the jar. I've got about a half a cup, just under, each of mayo and Greek yogurt. And I want to do a little bit of kicking jalapeno. So instead of 2 heaping, which I normally do of ranch, I did 2 just under teaspoons or tablespoons, so I could add a teaspoon of the kickin' jalapeno. And then we just mix it up. Now when you're making dressings and dips, you definitely want to give them some rest time. They do marinate their seasonings, refresh them up a little bit, rehydrate them in the moisture of the contents. So the sour cream and the mayonnaise is going to rehydrate all those great seasonings. The longer it sits, the more flavor it has. So right away it'll have flavor. 5 minutes from now, even more so. Tomorrow, lots. All right, so we'll leave that as it is for now. That will go on our veggies. And I'm going to clean up a little bit here to make our corn salad as well. Okay, so the corn salad, very similar, has mayo and sour cream in it, just about a half a cup of each. And we need the cheesy fry in this one. So we need about a tablespoon of the cheesy fry. Now, when you're making the Mexican street corn Mexican street corn sauce, so you put this on the cobs of corn, you don't add anything other than the lime juice. But since it's a salad, and I know that the traditional way of making a street corn salad is to have spicy jalapenos in it, I'm also going to reach for my kickin' jalapeno. This is a burger seasoning, friends. Did you catch that? This is a burger seasoning. You can use it on whatever you want. Same with the cheesy fries. Very versatile seasonings. Just because it says burger doesn't mean it has to be burger. So I did about a teaspoon of the kickin' jalapeno in there as well. And I've got my citrus press here and half of a lime, which seems to be a really large lime. So I'm going to put it in the lemon side of my citrus press. And I'm going to give it a good dollop. And hopefully, you know what, I may have to reach for my 4-cup prep bowl to mix this because I have overfilled this, which is no problem at all. And I will just mix it and push it back. So cheesy fries, lime juice, a little bit of kickin' jalapeno, sour cream or Greek yogurt. We've used Greek yogurt here, and some mayo, and you are laughing. All right, now I think I'm going to scoop that back in because I think it's probably more seasoning or more dressing than what we need for this size of a salad. I did not make the full size of salad, so I'm going to scrape most of it back in. And put it back in my 1-cup prep bowl. I'm not going to do all of it though because I know some of it will be used, or most of it will be used. Now, in the pan, if you're just joining, we toasted some corn. Now I had just steamed it in the steamer. If you've not seen that done before, you're definitely going to want to see it done. It is literally a game changer. No boiling water. You don't even have to husk your corn, and you've got steamed corn in minutes. I think 3 large cobs took about 8 minutes in my microwave. More powerful microwave, it'll take less time. And I'll tilt you guys back up, just get the last bits of corn out of this pan. My saute pan, one of my best friends in my kitchen. Back up we come. All right, now I've got some red peppers that I chopped. And we're gonna put some of our dressing in there. Good bunch of that. And this is our Mexican street corn salad. So mix it all up. It's perfect for a barbecue, perfect for a weeknight dinner, perfect for a Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever you want to cook it for. And all kinds of goodness going on. So some street corn salad. I'm actually going going to take a bite and try this. That is delicious. Oh my goodness. Friends, if you have cheesy fries at home, go make this. Add your kick and jalapeno if you have it too. Just a hint of kick, and those haven't even marinated the flavors yet together. So, still a little bit warm. We're going to let it cool. Absolutely delicious. I've made a mess. That's usually the way it goes in the kitchen. But we've got some great things on the menu for tonight. And of course, so that you guys can see the finished products, I will take some photos afterwards. I would imagine the chicken wings will be coming in any minute, but rather than make you guys wait, I'll talk you out about all the fun things that we have to share. And then if they make it in time, so be it. But so tonight we did up some boneless chicken wings using chicken thighs, just cut them into thirds, season them up with a couple of my favorites, an old favorite, barbecue chicken and rib, a new favorite, Cajun fries, not limited just to fries. It is delicious on chicken. Now, just threw the seasoning on, made some sauces, sent those out for brushing on as soon as they're almost cooked, just to give that little bit of saucy wing feel to them. Boneless chicken wings on the way in. We used the steamer. We put the steamer in the microwave for 9 minutes with our half baby potatoes. Cooked them all up. They were completely cooked. They're just in the air fryer right now, crisping up. They should be done in, oh goodness, just over a minute. I'll have a look-see and see if they're crispy enough. Then we have veggies for on the side, and I made up some ranch dip. It's ranch dip and dressing. You can use this as a dressing as well. Just thin it out with milk. It works perfect. And we made our Mexican street corn salad. Stay tuned for a reel to be shared of how to do your corn in your steamer. Dinner's done. Like, we're 25 minutes here. I started a bit late. Really simple recipes, easy to do, lots of ways you can prepare it. Could be doing the potatoes in the oven if I wanted. We could do the wings in the oven too if you want. There's the potatoes. I'm gonna have a peek and see if they're done enough. If they are, I shall bring those over so you can have a peek. And now, once they're done as well, I think they need just another minute or two. They're just starting to brown. So we'll go. Back up to temperature. This changes its temperature as soon as it finishes its time. Okay, so when the potatoes are completely done, I will sprinkle cheesy fries on them again, just as it is. So you'll see that fresh on top as well. But I use that as the seasoning for the potatoes. So dinner is in control. It'll be ready in less than 5 minutes. I know that. But there's lots of things that you guys might be looking at or thinking about. If you're here as part of Rebecca's party, thank you for being here and tuning in. If you're here on the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you tuned in afterwards as well. Hopefully you got some ideas of things that you might like to have in your kitchen. You know, there's lots of products that we can share from Epicure. There's just so many in the catalog and lots of great meal inspirations. So maybe grilling isn't your thing. Maybe you're looking for stovetop dinners or crock pot meals. We've got all those, you know, to support you in that way as well. Check out the 3 weeks of easy dinners, which is an exclusive for this this month. I mean, imagine 15 meals you don't even have to think about. Takes care of dinner. I shop in my pantry all the time using those meal solutions. So definitely fill up your cart. You're here to learn about Epicure and all these products and all the great things that you know, can help your meal times be a little bit more relaxed and quicker, simpler, healthier. All kinds of great reasons to add Epicure to your pantry. And you're definitely helping our host earn some free rewards. And if you're thinking, gosh, Sherry, there's so many things. I looked at the catalog. I don't know what to order. My budget is not as long as my list. Order the things that you must have. Get those must have items. If a steamer is on your budget, get that one. You know, whatever is on your must have list, get that. And then on your I really wish list, let's have a class of your own or a party of your own or share a referral link of your own and help you earn some free products, because that's fun too. I love free. And of course, like, I would love to talk to you about all the ways that Epicure can be part of an income stream for you too. We have so many ways that you can jump aboard, share Epicure, share a product that you love, learn about our products, and enjoy earning some income while you do it. So whether you're here for learning about products and filling up your cart to support our host, whether you're here as an old fan or favorite from one of my customers that have been here for a while, thank you for tuning in too. I love that I get to share my demos and virtual parties with everybody. Fill up your cart if you've got things that you're wanting. Support our host. Host your own class. Get some things for free. May is Double Host Rewards Month, so you definitely want to get on board with that train. And if you'd like an income stream, it's even easier now to join with Epicure. It's just $49.95 to try out our business. You can take an entire month to select a welcome bundle, choose kind of how you would like to work your business, whether you want to work it from the social media side or whatever. Lots of ways. So that's it, friends. That's all I've got to share, other than the chicken should be in by now, but I can see that my nephew's just shown up. And so I'm thinking the chef is sitting out there not realizing how much time he has missed. They're not burnt. He'll have taken care of them, but they're probably sitting on the platter. So I'm going to go check that out. And I'll be back soon with some photos. All right, friends. Hope you're doing great. Whatever you've been doing tonight, I hope it's been epic.